And now the political fallout from today's FBI announcement. We start with Sean Spicer, Chief Strategist and Communications Director for the Republican National Committee. I spoke to him a short time ago. Sean Spicer, welcome. So the FBI director said that despite the finding by his investigators that emails were handled in an extremely careless way, that they would not recommend a criminal prosecution. What's your reaction?
Well, today was an indictment on Hillary Clinton's judgment more than anything, and an indictment on, frankly, her fitness to be president. The 15-minute press conference was started with 14 minutes of the director laying out her recklessness, her mishandling of stuff, the culture that was created at the State Department. I don't see how the conclusion matches the first 14 minutes. The director made a very clear case that there were excessive classified emails that she had handled, over 100 at the top secret level. She was reckless with her handling of email. And I think for someone who wants to be president and oversee our national security, whether or not there was actually a criminal indictment is sort of beside the point. The fact of the matter is the FBI recognized that her handling of classified information, her handling of national security was indeed reckless and not up to someone who should be president.
Well, as you know, he said that in order to bring a criminal charge, there had to be a finding that Secretary Clinton or the people around her were intentional in the way they violated whatever rules there were at the State Department. Are you saying that was an erroneous finding on his part?
Well, obviously, I think there's one thing. The investigation, I think, was thorough. I don't have a problem with that. I don't understand the conclusion, to be honest with you, on two fronts. Number one, the definition is gross negligence, and I think that by what the director laid out meets the legal definition of that. She clearly, whether intentionally or not, broke the law. The law was broken. The rules weren't followed. The law doesn't say unless you meant to break it. The law is the law, and if you break it, you face a penalty. Thousands of people have been prosecuted for mishandling classified information, and there is no question she did that. But number two, just when it goes to the intent, the entire reason she set up these private servers, and make sure we all get it, that's something that sort of came out today, is it wasn't just one server, it was multiple. He talked about how it was susceptible to foreign hacking, but the fact is that she set the server up in the first place to avoid detection, to avoid being monitored, and to avoid transparency. So this wasn't the use of a Gmail account or a private Yahoo account. She specifically set this server up to evade detection and monitoring. That in itself goes to intent as far as I'm concerned.
What is an appropriate punishment in your view?
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not the Department of Justice. But I think that not saying that you can lay out a case of 14 minutes of how it was wronged and then say that it shouldn't, be prosecuted. I don't understand how you square that circle, right? He laid out 14 minutes of ways that she personally mishandled classified information, and then said that the culture at the State Department was reckless under her lead. So I don't understand how you can come to the conclusion that then you don't seek prosecution. I hope that the Department of Justice actually overrules this.
Your party's nominee for president-to-be, Donald Trump, is saying that the system is rigged. He looked at what happened, said the system is rigged. Do you agree with him? And if so, who's rigging it?
Well, I think there's no question when you look at the countless people who have been prosecuted, including General Petraeus, you have to say, how do you come to this conclusion and not say that there should be a prosecution? I actually believe that the director left more questions than he answered. And I think that's where I think after a week where the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, has a private secret meeting with former President Bill Clinton, then Secretary Clinton gets a special meeting that no one else in America would get on the Saturday of a holiday weekend at FBI headquarters, and then Tuesday they come out with the announcement. Tuesday afternoon they go to North Carolina to have a unity rally with the President of the United States on Air Force One. I'll be honest with you, I think today created more questions than it answered.
Sean Spicer with the Republican National Committee. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Judy.
And now